Yes, first of all, I should thank to all participants in this wonderful meet, and especially I should thank my college and Shivnath Sastry College as co-organizer, and I am proud to be a part of that organizing. And in fact, I have listened the morning session speakers, and I am very much benefited from their analysis, from their insight. And now I am listening Subhashish, and I am very much impressed the way he exposed the state policies and suggest a new um, way of thinking. Rather, I am not so resourceful person, but I confine myself on the word uh, survival. Even leave the word economic. Survival from the crisis, and crisis arising from disaster, pandemic disaster. So now I like to go straight to my presentation. It is rather I am presenting some questions here. Questions being asked in recent years and with more urgency in recent days with Corona. And all we know that I have taken the topic name from Marx, uh, just replacing the word force. Force is the midwife of every old society, pregnant with a new one. I am just, at present, I am leaving this line. I am taking another line of Marx. Rather, I am not taking, it is already taken. This line is in the context of British advent in India, and Antonio Gramsci has written the almost same in exploring his thinking on the social crisis, as the old is dying and the new cannot be born. And recently this line is a sub-caption, and in the conclusion of an essay on coronavirus and the global economy by Ravi Arvind Palavi of Binghamton University, in a book, Borders of an Epidemic, COVID-19 and Migrant Workers, published by Calcutta Research Group and edited by Ranavir Somaddar. Uh, Gramsci, in fact, saw the crisis as the interim transition period when the existing state power is miserably failed, as we listening the failure examples, but the next generation of power is yet to be born, and a great variety of morbid symptoms is appearing. Yes, morbid symptoms are appearing, but at the same time, we have also seen that crisis generates organic, vibrant symptoms of life, particularly when it comes from disaster. I, I have quoted here John Holloway in his book Crack Capitalism, written in 2010, that a disaster can bring not just human suffering, but also a breakdown of social relations and the sudden emergence of quite different relations between people, relations of support and solidarity. And he cites extraordinary comments of Rebecca Solnit, uh, an activist and prolific writer. He comments from her first-hand experience from sufferers of Hurricane Juan during 2003 or 4. He comments, disaster suspends ordinary time, and with it our ordinary roles and fates. Limits fall away. The storyline crashes. We wake up to the other possibilities of what we might do, who we might speak to, where our lives might be going, even who we might be. And the intimations of mortality often intensify the pleasure of being alive. Everyday anxieties and desires no longer matter. There is something exhilarating about the possibilities, an unrecognized pleasure in uncertainty. the aftermath of disaster is often peculiarly hopeful. And researchers cite many examples, like the effect of the plague of the 14th, 15th century on peasant uprising in Europe, the impact of bombing on Londoners, Bleach during the Second World War, and the support and solidarity built up during that time. Great
প্রফেসর এক মিনিট প্রফেসর প্রেজেন্টেশনটা মনে হয় হচ্ছে না, প্রেজেন্ট নাও অপশনে যাওনি।
ও ভাই,
প্রেজেন্ট নাও অপশনে যাও, তারপর ওই স্ক্রিনে যাও, ডান দিকে প্রেজেন্ট নাও।
oh, I get to start it, no?
Okay, no problem. Not it done. Yes,
Hello.
yes, done.
Beauty, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
An experience of Bleach that we should not go back to the miserable life of Great Depression. And recently, the earthquake of Mexico in 1985, which widely seen as the launching pad of the waves of social struggles. And unlike previous disasters, Corona's pandemic so fast to spread with the help of rapidly increased global traveling and of course trading. But before the globalization of coronavirus, we are being globally infected with another virus. As David Bollier named his book in 2006, Viral Spiral, and how the commoners built a digital republic of their own. And for the last 15-20 years, this virus has been spreading across the globe, and now Corona creates a tremendous impetus for its viral spreading. Like this viral networking is feeding instantly. An upward spiral of innovation rapidly becomes a platform used by later generations to build their own follower innovations. Creativity is the condition of sustainability, very much visible in the digital cyber ocean. Internet and free software are creating a second superpower. As James Moore announced its arrival, the people of this emerging superpower, Moore said, are connected with improving the environment, public health, human rights, and social development. And we feel that power in a verbal sense more lively in Corona or in George Floyd issues we are seeing every day. And one of the protesters of the on the road of the Virginia, when asked, "Who are your leaders?" So protester, he said that our leader is social media. The beginning, just with the capture of any injustice on video and posted social media, hashtags are created, and thousands of people are aware of the fact and do accordingly. Practically, this virtual world of human is constantly generating the ambience of freedom without anarchy, control without government, and consensus without power. It is said by Lawrence Lessig, and he is a great writer for Creative Commons licenses. We all experiences that freedom, and he wrote it in his famous book Code. And all these developments are not so spontaneous, rather the result of the hard-won struggles of our four travelers like Lessig and like others. The viral attack is already obvious in science and technology, in education and learning, and of course in business and commerce. But also there is an apparent subordination of money to this virtual societal power of creation, communication, and sharing, and horizontal sharing, leaving all forms of hierarchies and identities except human. And we are not for power in noun sense. We have no need of that power in the sense to change the state power or to keep or to maintain or to develop in the name of any identity, ism, party, class, anything. And as we are miserably experiencing all these in the last century or couple of centuries. What we need to do our creative doing. We should have that space for executing that power in the verbal sense. And we need to confluence all particularities, continuous organizing and communizing the commons. But the appropriation of commons was started with land and also always with capital, and still in recent periods, a continuous accumulation of capital. It causes huge struggles for the defense or extension of commons in land. And not only land, today other than land, need there for the famous activist on commons, rather, is a professor of probably Western University. And he suggests the possibility of collective rather than private ownership in other domains and ecological commons. Just we feel in Corona period, ecological commons of water, atmosphere, fisheries and forest, a social commons, same we feel, of public provisions for welfare, for health, education and so on, and a network commons of access to the means of communication. And here lies the tension, a networking common, for all commons, tension between continuous centralization of market, commodity, money, power based on hierarchies and identities, and all the attributes of horizontality, non-identity, commonism based on the virtual closeness of the society. And in fact, we are mismatched with the market-driven systems, particularly the way we are providing our necessaries, especially the food, and the way we are caring our health as part of the health of the nature, and the way we are producing huge waste, huge burdens being borne by the majority human and of course nature. We are now at the threshold of new ways of gaining and sharing knowledge for the continuous creation of a better world. And in fact, at the present moment, we are part of that process of gaining and sharing knowledge. Sustainability is now going to be the only and natural choice to live, not merely to survive, not merely the question of survival, not merely live in a market commodity money sense, but in nature and natural sustainability. And that can't be possible in isolation in national boundary, but by the cohesion of global social doing. And such thoughts are being interacted more and more in the face of globalization of money and monetary power. And of course, the simultaneous generation of societal power, of commons. And in the Corona period, we are compelled to be cared for only one address to survive, that is science. Subhash is also citing the ICMR result. And we are depending on science, and it should be our natural choice to sustain. But with the easing of emergency, shall we return back to many addresses again to make one address to survive, money and monetary power? And with the magic touch of Corona, nature is showing its still vigorous vibrancy. And we are all experiencing that, especially asthma patients and lot of such respiratory patients with respiratory troubles and other troubles. Body untouchability is back universally. But all these quicken our feelings, our realizations of commons. We are thinking, regretting, screaming, if it is possible that market can't pull us back again to that environment of being wasted all around, creating frequent disasters. But you know that the very question of survival through medicine or money is rejecting the question of sustainability. Of course, forgetting the fact that without sustainability, we can't survive. Forgetting the fact that market has been in pandemic survival crisis long before Corona. And Corona just aggravates it, unfolds it. Forgetting to envisage beyond the market that how easy to contain nature-borne virus and rejuvenate the nature. And thus Corona becomes a midwife by resisting our forgetting, helping us to remember the commons among us as embryonic form of a new society. And as the Darwin envisages, if the cell form of commodity capitalism is the commodity, the cellular form of a society beyond capital is the common. We need the circulation of commons in, against, and beyond the circulation of commodities. But how is to be done? That is the question we can ask only when we can walk together. Thank you. As always, my thinking is being influenced by many great writers, researchers, reporters, and now how easy to access them. And of course, the great ordinary intellect of the people, not always easy to access. Particularly, I am indebted to John Holloway and the confluence of many experiences and realizations in his book, Crack Capitalism. And I am editing the book in Bengali. Thank you. Thank you.